pussy people, and today and we are going to talk about it. I have no idea because this is my voice, but my YouTube just now thinks this is my voice. So yeah. I'm in here with my favorite horse all of these are my first favorite clothes. Let's see this white one. What is happening? What's happening? Ah! Oh my god. So hey guys, if you guys like as a YouTuber and you have a different voice, then you should not listen to your voice. Now when your videos and it's a different voice, then yeah, you know what I'm talking about. $158 are so close. I want to make live faster. So bam, bam. $38. I guess the guys, my clock is level 225. The sale, how much does it cost?
Morning. feel better, Archie. You feel better?
No, I feel hot now.
You're not hot anymore.
I'm feeling hot.
Because we're there today. No? Good. Oh, it's cold.
No. Hold on, I think my quotes. I've done, I think. I don't know. Come on. Surface. Bam. So, boom. bam, 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 bam. Hold on. No. I'm just going to say nothing.
Thanks, Archie. Those cats are looking hungry. Archie?
What?
Those cats are looking hungry. What about Charlie? Charlie, got to feed the cats back.
What?
Oh, alright, Archie's going to feed the cats.
Okay.
Auckland got a high day of 18. Foggy showers this afternoon, taking about 23 minutes from Waitangi Bay to Eden Terrace and 34 minutes from the city to the airport. Traffic updates thanks to our partner, Battery Zone, your local battery expert.
Yeah,
Really good at that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I suspect it's going to take William a bit longer to get here today because he is embracing a car-free day today, which is International Car-Free
So
Day.
yeah, so I'm just going to go to twinkle on it
it's very interesting that
if
he's decided to go
we got
for a
it
luggage trolley as his first option. But
Only William could go for a luggage trolley. We've asked for your feedback and you've been sending us some great yarns. I love this from Anne. She said, when hitching rails are put in at the shopping centre, my pony will be my first mode of transport. I love this one from Murray. As a teenager in Wellington in the 1970s, because in 1979, that's when we had carless days here. You had to give up one day of your car. I had a mate doing an advertising art type course at Wellington Polytechnic. He made carless day stickers with yesterday on them. I had one and we were never caught. I like your style, but yeah. You had a great little story, Mike, yesterday, that a story you had read online.
yeah, well, obviously we've had the Queen's death and her funeral, and it's been handled with the most incredible dignity and decorum, but sometimes it's not, and that's what we want to focus on this morning. Deathbed confessions. And we're going to talk a little bit about this throughout the show, but a friend of mine, and I've got to be careful here, but he wondered throughout his childhood why he was so much taller than his siblings. And then later on in adult life, his mum was on her deathbed, and on her deathbed confessed that he was the product of an affair with a guy down the road.
Right.
That's not the bad bit, though. The bad bit is that she had a miraculous recovery. And then there was this awkward bit, which I still don't think he's spoken to her to this day. So, yeah.
Oh, wowee. Do you have, either of you two, something that you've been holding a secret that you would wait thinking, actually, the day I'm going to let that go is the day I'm going to die?
Yeah, I'm going to have to give myself like a 2-year run.
A miraculous comeback.
That's right.
The thing is, you know, you might want to get something off your chest when you're ready to pass to the next life, but there'd be so many questions from your family or loved ones. You know, you can't just drop a bombshell and say, see you later. There'd be surely more questions.
This is what you got to do. In Australia, there's this guy called the Coffin Confessor. He is outstanding. His job, his full-time job, is when you are dying, you know, you're on your deathbed, you hire him, he will tell, then at the funeral, the confession. So among them, the guy died, this Coffin Confessor, his name's Billy Edgar from memory, he turned up at the funeral, and the dead man's best mate got up to say a beautiful eulogy and what he meant to him, and then the Coffin Confessor got up and said, sit down, mate. I know you were having an affair or trying to with the dead man's wife. And everyone was like, oh,
But what if old mate in the coffin got it wrong and it wasn't actually a affair and he got it all wrong?
oh, then that would be totally boring.
How about we
Because the thing with
talk
that-
to each other while we're alive?
The thing with a deathbed confession too is you take it as gospel, don't you? I mean, you know, if that's what the person is thinking, whether they're right or wrong, you take it as being the truth.
It's the truth. Well, another one that this guy did, it was a big bikie funeral, and the bikie-headed guy got the Coffin Confessor to stand up and say he was actually gay and his long-time lover was sitting in the crowd at the funeral. And I think it's lovely. He hadn't been able to confront it himself, and it had been a long secret, but he wanted his loved ones to know, and he just waited to his
Another
passing.
one,
10,000
gonna
bucks, got a famous
book
guy to get all your confessions out at your funeral.
I'll do it for 5.
What would your deathbed confession be if you want to send it to us? It's feedback@amshow.co.nz. Love to hear it. Try and keep them, you know.
No, don't. Oh, I can't get the bit. I'm going to sit back and just take it.
We won't give you a name, we won't get in touch with your family just yet. Give us the good
Go for
stuff.
And we won't charge you for it.
Yeah, it is just on 6:58. This is the AM. It's great to have your company.
It's Thursday, the 22nd of September. You're with AM. Great to have you with us. Coming up, US President Joe Biden has condemned Vladimir Putin's nuclear threats against the West, saying Russia's war on Ukraine should make your blood run cold. We're live to the US shortly.
There's no relief in sight for shop owners constantly under threat from smash and grabs and ram raids. We talked to a bottle shop owner just before 7:30.
We check in with a couple of the Black Ferns ahead of the Rugby World Cup next month. That's just after 7:30.
And speaking of the Rugby World Cup, Shapeshift.
Oh, I watched one. Is that one I should have sent to you?
Semi-finals. Their lead vocalist is with us at 7:30.
Time out for the news.
Claudina, good morning. It's about to take over 7 o'clock. NATO has responded to Russia's threat of nuclear war by increasing its own military presence in eastern Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin has ordered the immediate call-up of 300,000 military reservists in a partial mobilization. It comes just days after it declared a series of spot elections in the occupied east to take place this week. Putin's warned threats to the territories could be met with a nuclear retaliation, a move NATO is calling a big mistake.
He knows very well that a nuclear war should never be fought and cannot be won, and it will have unprecedented consequences for Russia, and therefore NATO has also increased its military presence, especially in the eastern part of the alliance, to remove any room for miscalculation or misunderstanding in Moscow.
As well as announcing another $2.9 billion to support food security, the US has responded firmly to Russia's latest escalation. Addressing the United Nations General Assembly, US President Joe Biden says Putin's words will only lead to more bloodshed.
This war is about extinguishing Ukraine's right to exist as a state. Plain and simple. Ukraine's right to exist as a people. Whoever you are, wherever you live, whatever you believe. That should make your blood run cold.
Our Prime Minister had the opportunity to listen to Joe Biden speak at the United Nations. Jacinda Ardern says New Zealand, like the United States, has always been against the escalation of war.
The claim that they will use and could use any other additional weapons that are available to them flies in the face of the lie they have told that they are there to liberate others, and yet they would use the threat of such weapons against them. This for me highlights just the falsehood around this war.
Meanwhile, Ardern is currently speaking alongside Helen Clark on the UN panel. Moments ago, she was asked about tackling climate change, to which she says New Zealand has become a world leader because weather events are happening too often.
Pakistan's flooding is climate change at play. New Zealand has severe weather events, 1 in 100-year events happening every 2 years. We need to start making that direct connection very openly around the changing environment and experiences that people are seeing and having, so that we have that same level of proximity and urgency.
Kiwis are one step closer to
94
at a low cost with zero emissions. Ocean Flight has successfully completed their first sea glider test flight, which one day could take passengers from Christchurch to Wellington in just over an hour. New Zealand ordered 25 of the craft, which can hold 100 passengers and reach speeds of 300 kilometres an hour. CEO Shahid Lam says a successful test flight is a massive step forward.
I think it was both nerve-wracking and exciting to see the culmination of 2 years' worth of work, the engineers, the designers, all the efforts they've put in, all the support they've received, and to see it take off, I think it was just mesmerizing.
A desperate rescue mission is underway in Tasmania to save more than 200 beached whales. The pilot whales are stranded on Ocean Beach, with calls being issued to marine conservation experts to join the operation. Early indications suggest at least half of the stranded whales are still alive. It comes just days after 14 seabirds beached on another nearby island. In sport, the Silver Ferns have thrashed an understrength Jamaican side 70-45 to win the opening test of the Tiny Jameson Trophy Series in Auckland. Grace Nuiki dominated under the net, scoring 59 from 63 attempts as the Sunshine Girls struggled to contain her. After days of delays, skipper Amelia Ann Ignacio says it was good to finally get a hit out as they build for the Constellation Cup next month.
Yeah, really good. Actually, we've had this is probably the longest lead up to being on court ever. So
Amelia Ann.
it's been really good and being able to hold together and still.
I thought it was Amelia Smith.
Final test of the Tiny Jameson Trophy Series is
Very funny.
Taranaki has secured back-to-back wins in the NPC for the first time this season with a 25-14 victory over Counties Monaco. First five, Daniel Waite was the star of the show, scoring 15 points, including well earned try to inspire his team to their third win of the season. Taranaki don't have long to prepare for their next match, taking on North Harbour in Auckland, while Counties Monaco travel to Invercargill to play Southland. And that's the very latest from News Hub. It's 7:04. Of course, we can't forget Rainford Shield Challenge. Might have white couple. Shield's coming home. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Thank you very much, Melanie. We're talking about car-free days. It's International Car-Free Day today. We've got William out, making his way back to the studio without a car. Of course, lots of people do this all the time, but it invokes memories
With a
of
black
Father's
coat,
Day,
non-black
so
man, and non-black tail.
This is from Wanda, and I quite like this because Wanda, you make it very
With a
She says,
brown
"Morning,
coat,
Tim.
non-black
I don't know why
man,
people are complaining
and
about the Auckland
non-black
transport system without timetables. I took my grandchildren out on a Saturday recently, got
Mustang
ferry
with
from
a
Devonport
basket
to the city,
stand.
walked to Brisbane, jumped on a train to
I
a
have
shopping city,
forgot
train back to
what
town.
is
Holy heck, this is a full day. Across the road to the ferry, back to Devonport. Phew, hardly any waiting times. It was brilliant, and the fares were so cheap. Only cost $4 for 3 children, $18 for myself. Cheap and fun day out, no waiting around for transport. So easy. Actually, that is cheaper than some of the car parking meters you pay in the
can
city.
find emotes
It's
in
literally
this
like an hour or so.
and
well,
Topaz.
So we've got William out there. He's doing his car-free day today, making his way back to the studio. I'll tell you who else might be driving to work today. The person who won the $23 million lotto jackpot last night.
Clearly, it was not us three because we would get up at 3:30. Yeah. What would you do, seriously? Would you quit work straight away?
Yes.
Would you quit? Yeah.
Just take your time and think about that, yeah.
So actually, hold on, you're not at work from tomorrow, so is there anything you want to tell us?
No. I'll send you a postcard.
Yeah, I'd like to play it, I think, a little bit. I'd like to think this. I'd win and I'd be out of there, but, you know, play it a bit cool, turn up to work for a few days.
Ah, bit of a ruse.
So don't be smug, plan your trip, plan your next part of your life, and then bugger off. And then I'm gone. You ain't ever going to see me again.
Well, we know the sun's shining for someone out there with $23 million, but what's the weather like today?
It's the bad news. It's not going to be.
The weather, brought to you by nature. Tuned into Power by Meridian.
Yeah, lows forecast to develop northeast of New Zealand, bringing with it heavy rain in Canada. Here's your weather today.
And it's not this cold too hot.
Low cloud, Ojapoti Dunedin 15 for you, so it's not cold. And even Queenstown, Tahuna mustering 16. On the west coast, it's also fine with light winds for the region. In fact, looking glorious. Look at that. Milford Sound, Kilpiltani and Westport, 17 degrees sweep on the west coast. Canterbury, Marlborough, you're of morning showers and a cloudy day. Okatahi, 14. Waiharakeke, Glenham, 15. The lower north can expect isolated showers with some strong winds. Wellington, a little cooler today, 12 degrees. Masterton, mustering 13. Central Plateau, using for morning fog and rain on a cloudy day. Whanganui 18, Taupo 15 degrees. The good new Plymouth, sunshine 19. East Coast, the heavy rain watch in place for the region. Tauranga at 17 degrees, Rotorua at 16. And to the top of New Zealand, a little bit of everything today. There'll be patches of fog, as we've seen with William and Mairangi Bay this morning. Showers will develop later in the day. Tamakura 18, Whitianga 16 degrees for you today.
Welcome back to AM. It's 7 after 7. Just
And it is a
Olivia
muffin
Wade, our senior political reporter, is in New York. What a night it's been. We've got obviously the world leaders meeting at the United Nations General Assembly in New York. You've got Putin just firing these at this stage broadsides. Threatening nuclear action and conscripting up to 300,000 Russian men to go into battle in Ukraine. It's been a crazy night.
And this is absolutely going to overshadow it. First of all, we had the Queen's death and funeral, which overshadowed the first thing delaying the world leaders getting to the General Assembly meeting. Now, Putin's huge announcement. It so amazes me. If you missed it earlier, we had a reporter on the ground
over this mountain.
How they're going to get these troops together, 300,000. Some of the men are desperately in Russia trying to get out of there, one-way planes anywhere else. They are putting the prices up from, say, $100 for a flight to 1,000. They simply can't afford it. The women are out there protesting. They are terrified. They don't want this to happen. They can be arrested. It's illegal. The whole thing is a hot mess and terrifying.
Conscription shows the desperation. I think you hit the nail on the head earlier, Amanda, by saying it's almost like the humiliation factor. Putin's feeling humiliation that so much ground has been regained in Ukraine, and he's not having a bar of it.
He thought this was going to be an overnight war. He thought his big boys were going to get in and take it, and Ukraine, it's admirable how they have fought back, little Ukraine, and they are now fought back, taking back their land. It's impressive.
I thought the Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, was very strong. We had that grab from her in the news at 7 o'clock. And she's right, of course, with conscription, with threats of nuclear action. This isn't about liberating Ukraine. This is all about a war. This is an offensive, not a defensive situation. And I thought she was very strong on that.
She was strong. It does make you appreciate that we live in paradise. Yes, we've got problems with in New Zealand. But, we're talking about can't stay as being an issue. All these protest. We have the right to get out of here on a plane when we want to. We have so much freedom here compared to what the people in Ukraine and Russia, what they're going through at the moment, is bliss.
Okay, well, News Hub senior political reporter Amelia Wade is at the UN in New York. Amelia, it's a worrying escalation in Putin's rhetoric. In fact, we've just unfortunately had a bit of a technical glitch with her in New York. It's probably everyone on their cell phones wanting to get through and get with the latest news. But we will try and get back to her after the break.
And also after the break, another night, another ram raid, and other businesses being impacted by these terrifying crimes. We're joined by a business owner. That's next.
got to end the video.
Who's going to fix that?
Brought to you by Lighting Direct. The walk-ins at redemption, Monday 7:30 on 3 and 3 now.
Healthy, tasty. Eat something healthy and you can stay up till 10. How about no more video games?
10.
Try this.
Win breakfast with sultana bread. High in fibre, high in...
And so I got to
You could be with a reverse mortgage from Heartland. It's time to get the most out of your retirement. Heartland Reverse Mortgages.
When I dance, it's as though I leave my body. I change. I transform. I feel invincible. Come and experience my immersive AI exhibit and the power of 5G at the Spark 5G Street Museum.
Your pressure is gone and your cylinder is cold, and you just might find that it's getting old. See the cylinder got not cold, not ends, overall hot water cylinders.
Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. That was super television, but this is a single upload. I'll see you guys in the next video.
$50 off every car, house, contest bike or pet policy. That's up to $250 off.
And then that's
Better marketing leads to better results, which is why we have...
bye guys!